Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XLR8, coming at you with a deck profile for Spriggun's 2020, the new archetype that's all about the Xyz monster that pairs well with Dogmatika. So, for our cards today, we're running two Dogmatika Fleur de Lis, two Dogmatika Maximus, triple Spriggun Captain Sargus, triple Spriggun Banger, triple Spriggun Rocky, triple Fallen of Albaz, triple Dogmatika Ecclesia the Virtuous, triple paid of the Spriggans. We got triple Nicodeer's Servant, triple trade in, one terraforming, three Spriggan Watch, three Vast Desert Gold Gonda, triple Impermanence, and double Spriggan's Call. Our extra deck, today we're running one Predaplant Trippy, good old Trippy. We got ourselves a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, we got two Stigmavore Dragon Brigade, we got Titan Ash Dragon Boy. I'm not going to pronounce that name. We got ourselves three Splend the Steel Express Dragon. We got two Elder Entity Natis, a Mud Dragon, as well as three Spriggan Ship Explorer side deck. We'll go over in a moment. So this deck is a very nice deck. It's very simple to set up a quick and easy board. Mainly, your play centered around the Vast Desert Gonda. Basically, what this does is if you don't have a Spriggan Exceed, you can ditch a Spriggan card in order to summon out your Exceeds monster. So, Spriggan Explorer is a very nice monster. You can detach materials from this dude to choose a zone, pop everything in that zone and everything around it for every material that you detach. You can detach up to 5 cards, destroy up to 5 cards. And it's a very nice thing with Spriggans is that you can equip them as material from wherever, your hand, your field, your graveyard. So it's very easy to set up your graveyard, summon X-Blower, equip all the monsters to X-Blower, start blowing stuff up. X-Blower also has a very nice effect where he can banish himself during the opponent's turn to protect him from being destroyed or whatever. And he'll just come back during the end phase, so that way you never have to worry about X-Blower getting destroyed. And your field spell also has a very nice effect where if your monster does leave the field, whether you do it or your opponent gets rid of it, you can make it so an opponent's monster can't attack for a turn. Nice little bit of just making sure you don't die. As an added benefit to all of this, Golgonda does give your monster an extra 1,000 attack points, so he starts at a nice brisk 2,600. He can go up to 31 if you've got Sargus equipped to him. It's a nice little thing. So, not too much to talk about the Spriggan main deckers. They're mostly just about equipping themselves onto your monster to give him his ability to destroy stuff. But we'll go for him briefly. Sargus, if he's on the field, can detach a material from X-Blower to pop a face-up card. He's your interruption. Little hard to get him out sometimes, but when you get him out along with X-Blower, it's very nice. Banger can banish himself another Spriggan card to add a Spriggan card from your deck. Very nice for just getting out your Spriggan's Watch, which is our searcher, and any other monsters or whatever we need. Rocky can recover a monster when he is normal or special summoned, and Ped can tribute himself to special summon a Spriggan from the graveyard. Simple, basic toolboxy elements, but more often than not using them as bullets in order to power your X-Blower. Final Spriggan cards to talk about. First, we got Spriggan's Watch, simple searcher. Add your field spell from deck to hand. It's literally terraforming. But if you have the field spell, you can also have this effect. You can add a monster and then ditch a monster. So you either add your field spell, or if you have the field spell, you can get a monster and ditch a monster. Ditch that monster for your Explorer. Have 2 materials right there. So very nice little effect there. We also have Spriggan's Call, just revives a Spriggan from the graveyard. Also brings back the Fallen of Albaz. I'm still not sure what the lore implication is. I guess Albaz jumped on the boat. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I don't know what the lore is here, but it's a nice thing to just bring back a monster. Brings back Sargus or whatever you need. Also has a nice effect where you can banish it in order to banish it. Banish it if you use your monster, target a Spriggan Exceed, take one of your fusions that requires Albaz and equip it to your Exceeds as a material. So just an extra way to get extra material on the board, and especially considering our fusions all do effects in the graveyard when they're sent to the graveyard, it's a nice little bit of something. So let's take a look at the Dogmatika lineup. We're playing Ecclesia. You can special summon it from the hand if you have a monster summoned from the extra deck. When you do, you can summon another Dogmatika, or rather, you add a Dogmatika. Not getting to the summoning yet. Monsters we go to search most often, Drogma. Very nice boy. You can summon him by banishing a Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Link from the graveyard. Once per turn, you can send 2 cards from extra deck to grave. Your opponent must do likewise. We have 3 different fusions that all do effects in the grave when they're sit from extra deck to grave, not counting Natis here. Basically, you got your Splend, who can summon a Spriggun during the end phase. You got Ash Dragon, who can search a Dogmatika. And you've got Brigand, who just goes for Fallen Albaz or a Tri-Brigade. We do not have Tri-Brigades today, but we do have the Fallen Albaz, who is basically a Super Poly on legs, kind of, sort of, bit more situational, but he does come in handy in a pinch. So as well, we have Fleur de Lis. Again, you summon him if you have a monster in the extra deck on the field, or your opponent does. You can summon this dude, negate a monster's effect on the board, and every time he attacks, your Dogmatika's gain 500 attack, permanent-like. So, very nice little lineup of the Dogmatikas, keeping it nice and simple. Drogma plus Explorer, very nice combination. Lastly, we'll talk about our few tech cards. The Nadir Servant, one of our most important tech cards. You ditch a monster from extra to grave, add a Dogmatika. So, pretty basic. Ditch any of your monsters from the extra deck. Doesn't really matter who. Search your Maximus, search Ecclesia, whichever you feel. If you feel like you're going to get Ashed a lot, I would just, go for Maximus first. Or not so much Ash Blossom, but like Impermanence, things like that. Straight up go for Maximus, or you can, take a risk, go for Ecclesia, deck thin a little bit. Nadir Servant, very nice card for just getting your play started. This plus Field Spell, plus any Spriggun is usually your best opening hand, because you can start with X-Blur with the material, plus Sargus, plus Maximus, plus possibly a Fleur de Lis in the hand, and an Ecclesia on the board. Get yourself started. Trade in, very useful card. We have a lot of level 8 monsters. Free draw power. We benefit from our monsters being in the graveyard. And Impermanence is just there to negate stuff in case we're going second. This is one of them go first, go second sort of decks. It can do either or. So let's take a real quick look at the extra deck, because the extra deck is a pretty basic. Mud Dragon is just a target for Albaz, just in case you need to do some fusions there. Natis, pretty basic. Ditch it with Maximus, pop a card. You got Splend the Steel Express Dragon, who I don't even remember his main effect, because summoning this dude is not easy. It is actually rather tricky. Basically, in order to summon this dude, you need to special summon Albaz during your opponent's turn and hopefully have a monster that was special summoned. He has a nice effect where you can move him to a zone and pop everything face up in that column. But more often than not, you're ditching him so you can special summon a Spriggun. So it's something that can, in fact, be good if you, manage to fuse him normally, but more often than not, he's just ditched in order to summon out Sprigguns. You got Ashen Dragon, who can add Dogmatikas during the end phase he's sent to the graveyard. Again, something for Maximus. And our Brigand, again, searches out monsters, or he only searches out, Fallen Albaz. But yeah, both of these monsters actually have fairly decent effects. Ash Dragon can gain attack equal to the combined levels of the monsters used to fuse. So, considering you need a monster 2,500 more attack, that's usually a fairly large monster. Plus, you combine it with level 4 monster, you can make this guy fairly decently large. And he's unaffected by activated effects of monsters summoned from extra deck during the turn that he's fusion summoned himself. So, he's a decent beater in a pinch. Don't often get to use him that way, but when you need him, you go for Albaz and go for him. We also have Brigand. He can't be beaten in battle, and as well, your opponent can't target other monsters with monster effects. Again, a nice little monster. Needs certain materials, but again, it's a nice dude. And then just pretty basic, Super Poly sort of esque monsters, dark variety. You can go for whatever you want here. I went for Trippy, as well as Starving Venom. Pretty basic dudes. So that's the extra deck. Like I said, it's pretty basic stuff when you get down to it. You're just constantly dumping your fusions with Maximus, you're summoning X-Blower whenever you need it, and the rest are just there for flavor. So side deck is just something I was doing on the side, basically. I had an idea originally combining these with Machinas because we do run machines a lot, so that's something I'll probably look at in the future. It's basically just an alternative way if you wanted to not play Dogmatikas, you wanted to try some Machina shenanigans. You also have Planet Pathfinder. If you find you're not getting the field spell often enough, we don't need our normal summon very much in this deck. So Planet Pathfinder is basically just extra terraformings. Ash Blossom if you want to be one of those people. And if you're feeling you're getting Ash too much, might I suggest the Triple Tactics talent. So that's my deck, everybody. I'm going to leave you guys with some nice little replays now. Thank you guys very much for watching and sticking through. If you liked this deck, do smash the like button and all that good stuff. And again, I'm going to leave you guys with some nice replays. Hope you enjoy.